I actually thought we started the game off really well, I mean, when you can score, and I mean, they had like 5 points for the longest time, and then they ended up with 10 for the quarter, which is pretty good for us. They scores, and we knew that they were going to bellish, knock down threes. I think they ended up with 9 threes, so that made it a little bit tougher. Makes it tougher to guard when you got an inside-out game. I mean, I think the big kid had 24, and and then on the outside, like 9 for 19 from the three is not bad. But yeah, it was just tough to guard, and I think a couple of assignments we missed. But at the same time, I thought we made up on being aggressive and with our defense and stuff like that, and kind of taking them out of the game. So we need to be a little bit more consistent. We got some people back today, so I think that helped. So we'll just kind of build from there.
Coach, I noticed that you guys took a lot of jump shots, and a couple of 3-pointers from the outside early on in the game. Was that kind of the game plan going in, or was that how the flow of the game took you?
Well, I think that's just the flow of the game, because we were trying to get to the rim, and I thought we shot 11 for 12 from the free throw line the first half, and that was our plan, is to try to get down the lane lines and, hopefully either get a layup or get fouled, and trying to score that's how we score in the paint for the most part, so I thought we did a pretty good job. We like middle drives and we like jump shots. Yeah, we do. Sometimes we shoot a little bit too many threes. That's not what we're looking for, but yeah. I mean, sometimes their defense kind of predicates that, and sometimes we just get impatient sometimes and maybe, shoot them too early. But like the first quarter, I thought we did a pretty good job. Second quarter, I think just their adjustments kind of hurt us.
All these games, y'all played them tough. Every time you played them, they're all like come down to the end. It just seems like one of these times it's going to go your way.
Yeah, it hadn't. I mean, it's kind of like the Southern Miss. It took us last year for a last-second shot to be able to finally beat them. And so, I mean, it's the same situation. But, what's a good thing about it is we'll have them again, hopefully, in the tournament. And so, we feel that the matchup's pretty good for us. And I just like the way we're playing right now. For us to come and, I mean, people don't realize how hard this is. These kids aren't practicing, man, that are coming back. They're just barely practicing 2 practices, and they're being pretty productive. And I'm proud of that. And so now when we really get back to work and they can stay healthy and stuff like that, we're going to see a really good team. But you saw a good team there. I mean, they have a lot of options. I mean, I think they had 4 people in double figures. That's hard to guard.
Nubia, tell us about, you were out for a little while and now you were aggressive on offense. Where are you right now? It seems like you're shooting with confidence.
Yeah, so sometimes it just takes that reset. I had my break where I was letting my foot heal up or whatever. And once I came back, I just understood what was needed from me. And so I went out there and executed and did what I needed to do for the team.
Is it like sometimes you got to play more of the point guard and sometimes you got to be aggressive? What goes into that?
It just kind of depends on the game plan and how the game is going. But when I need to step in, I step in and do what I need to do.
Erica, down the stretch, were they keeping you kind of from getting the ball, or what went into maybe you're not shooting as much as I wanted you to anyway?
Down the stretch, you be thinking like, oh, it's time to take over a game. But I think like I trust in my teammates enough that I don't have to do those things. Like I don't have to go. If we got 4 minutes left, I don't have to go take every shot. Like I don't have to do that because I got all of these. I got Nubia, I got Nay, I got all of these different type of scores around me. So I don't have to take shots. I take them when needed or take them when we need to score. But I don't have to do that because I trust in them and our whole team ability to score. Like everybody on our team can score in a way. So I trust in all that, and I see them do it every day. So I'm not thinking, in the last couple minutes, I'm about to shoot every shot. No, I'm going to look to score, but if I see TR open, I'm going to pass it to her because I'm confident that she's going to make that shot.
How close do you think y'all are? It seems like y'all are close.
I think we are. I think, my perspective, you might not get it the first time, right? But we might see them in the championship where it really counts, So you just take lessons every game. Like it's not gonna come together. Everything that's beautiful doesn't start off pretty. And I think we got 60 more games left. I think like our team is like when everybody gets healthy. I think championship. I'm thinking NCAA tournament. I'm thinking that's how far I think when I look at our team. Like I think we are the number 1 seed. Like, it's a problem when you come against us. Like, for everybody that we play, it's a problem. It's a problem. Like, I see they coaches on the sideline trying to see, like, oh, my God, they got this person playing, they got this person playing, they got this person playing now. So now people like, oh, they got people playing now. Like, it's a problem. So I just feel like we're a problem. So we just touching the surface with it. So when we get across the hump of keeping everybody healthy, because that's really our problem, keeping everybody consistently healthy. Oh man, like I'm thinking
She's a lawyer.
2-16. Like I'm thinking ahead. I'm just thinking
She's a lawyer.
ahead. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I'm thinking.
When I get in trouble, I'm
thinking
calling her
NCAA.
to be my lawyer.
Yeah. When it was tight down the stretch, y'all just couldn't stop them down low. Like, what is it that they did better
missed
down
a
there?
couple of
Assignments where we knew who we were helping off of, and we didn't. You know, when you're switching, we switch in all 4 positions. We were switching screens and stuff like that. And when you're switching, and all of a sudden on 21 we were helping off on, and on 11 we were helping off, and all of a sudden you wasn't guarding them, but now you are. And now you got to switch to know that as soon as they throw it in, you got to help, you know, or you got to dump down, you got to double up, and you got to do all that. It's all right when you work in practice and stuff and you talk about it, but then when you do it in a game, it's a little bit more difficult. And I think that's something that we're going to get better at. You know, I think that's what people don't realize. We're a really good defensive team. We really are, you know. Offense is going to come because we're going to spend more time doing it. But defensively, we still can get better. You know, we're really good, but there's some things that when we're going to make some adjustments and stuff like that, we got to be able to do it, you know. So that's what I'm saying. We need more than 7 people, 8 people paying attention to the scout. We need people, everybody. I mean, we all 14, whether you're playing or not, pay attention to the scout. Learn what we're doing. These coaches work too hard watching film and breaking down stuff for us not to pay attention to it. And that's kind of a little bit of the breakdown. I'm not saying it's easy, though, but it takes time, you know. And I think when you don't play, you can watch film and talk about it all you want. When it's live, it's a different story, you know. And that's why when we practice at it, sometimes we practice 3 hours on one thing, you know, and we're trying to get them to be able to rep it, you know, to get consistent at it. And I think that once we can get consistent, you're going to see a different team.
Coach, to kind of hear a little bit of what Erica was saying, like to hear how close you guys are and the health and things like that. How does that make you feel to know that you have a leader on your team that believes that, and when it starts to happen, that it could happen?
I always said that the defense that we play is not easy, but it doesn't work unless you believe in it, because you give some things up. And you got to be kind of like, oh, shoot, you're giving this. And I remember when Coach Deacon first started coaching, he's like, you're giving this. I'm all right with it. You got to. Every defense is going to give something up. Every sport. And so you got to. And when the player starts believing, that's when it works. Not me or the coaches believing it. The players have to believe it. And so we have a lot of newcomers. She's on your 3rd year right now. She knows, like she's shaking her head right now. She knows it works. But you know, when you got newcomers, it's hard for her to believe in it right now. You know, and she's not the best at it. But the defense really works for people that aren't the best at defense. Everybody thinks it's supposed to be for just great defensive players. No, it really is to help the people that aren't quite up to par guarding the ball or off the ball, or it really is. It's built for that. And so when you have a combination, because you need shooters. You know, you need shooters, and the shooters aren't always the best defender. You know, they're not all Brandy Williams, you know, and all that. So you got to try to find ways to do it. And, you know, for them to believe in it, you know. Not all of them do right now, but when they do, you're going to see a big difference in the team.
Georgia State, what about them?
Yeah, they're always, to me, they're always the prettiest team, man. Like, they just look like they can score inside out. Guard plays good and all that. And just for some reason, maybe just a matchup with our defense and stuff. It's funny how when we play teams that are really good scorers and we can pressure them like we do in this year, we really are a lot better at that. Pressure to contain, we call it. Now, we're not pressure to steal the ball, but to contain the ball. When we do that, it bothers teams so much. And so you can take a pretty team that's scoring a lot, and all of a sudden we get against them. Now, what we did tonight was we scored more on a turnover. I think we turned them over 22 times. How many points on the turnovers? 19? Something like that?
27.
Oh, 27 off a turnover. We were turning over people 22 times, and we were getting 5. Like tonight is a different, and that's how we got to build on it. And it's people don't understand how hard it is to be going full blast on defense and going all out, and then all of a sudden you make a steal, and you got to, instead of going fast and you turn it over, or you charge them, or you know, that's hard to do. And I thought we did a good job tonight. So we got to get better at all that. That's what's good about the game, you know. It's like, you can get better if you focus on it and you work on it. I think we got the type of kids that are willing to, you know, perform. And they're mature. They got a lot of experience. They want to win. That's half the battle too.